Yeah, hi, it's Dave in the Philippines here. I just thought I'd do a short video, something about me and why I came to the Philippines to live. I came here from Australia just over a year ago, mainly due to the fact that I was married to a Filipino and she had wanted to come back here to live. And we've been back here quite a few times to check it out, and we bought a house here about 5 years ago, and so I thought, I had a serious accident at work and actually got run over by a forklift. I was actually lucky I wasn't killed. But that's another story. That's another saga. But it brought on the event. I was 65 when it actually happened, and I was thinking about retiring, but I just wasn't sure when. And that that set the date really. So I waited for about a year and to see how the prognosis was with my arm and my shoulder. I had to have implants put on the top part of my shoulder and down through into my arm. And well, implants, they're not my fault. They don't last forever. And my surgeon said to me early on, in the early days when I first had the accident, he said, look, what you've got won't last forever if you're stupid. And he suggested don't go back to work with what you've done. You'll never be able to lift heavy weights like you were at work. Those days are over. He said, if you look after yourself, he said, if you retired, you'd probably be right. As long as you're not silly, he'll see you out. And it's an expensive operation, and I certainly wouldn't want to go through the pain again. So it was Hobson's choice. So I retired, and well, I love it here. The biggest thing for me here is it's completely different. It's like stepping back in time. Now you can go into a shop and buy one egg, one cigarette. I don't smoke, but you can buy one cigarette, one lolly. It's a completely different world. But it's the climate's fantastic. Like cold weather, upset my shoulder the first year I was there. First year after the accident, the winter really got into it. You could feel it hurting like hell. But since I come here, all I wear all year is a t-shirt, shorts, and a pair of thongs. It's in the 30s every single day. We're in the wet season now, and when it rains, it pours down. Another video on my channel, if you look back through it, if you haven't seen any of the others, you'll see a short clip there of the rain. It's heavy. It's what Australia needs. The fish in the centre, they can do with a lot of it. But yeah, the cost of living here is cheap. Like my wife and I, and we got her cousins stay here. We have a lot of people around there all the time. And my electricity bill for a month, $45. My petrol bill for a month for my car, my truck, and my motorbike, which we hardly ever use either of them. It's probably about $30 maximum a month. Would not spend $30 on petrol a month. It'd be probably more around 20. But that's just an average ballpark figure. We own our own home here. We've got another home in the city. That's a 7-bedroom place, and that's rented out to students. So that helps. I don't do much in the day. I've got a big garage. I muck around out there. I do a lot of welding and stuff. I love that. But like I said, I can't lift heavy stuff, so I've just got to take it easy. Anything I want done around the house, I pay someone to do it. You're paying something about $12 a day. Would be what you pay for a tradesman. Not even 15. $12 to $14 would be tops. You pay a tradesman for a complete day's work. On there, all day. The food's pretty good. Can't buy good beef. That's very hard to get. I go to the supermarket and buy Australian beef of all things, packaged up. And it's actually packaged up very much like where I used to work. So it's hard to say where it comes from. I've got no idea. But it's not bad. It's not super quality, but like I said, it's not bad. And the price is right. We got chickens here. We raise our own chickens. We actually buying eggs if we haven't got layers yet at the moment. I am going to get a few layers, so Well, I won't have to buy eggs. But if you do these sorts of things, the cost in buying feed and all that can outweigh what you actually save. So you got to look at it. But I just did it as something to do, to be quite honest. Like our biggest bill here within a month. A lot of people will be interested in what it costs to live here. So I'll run that through with you. My internet would be my biggest bill. 1,900 pesos a month. There's about 34 pesos to the Australian dollar. My power, like I said, $40 to $45. Water is about $7. You don't pay rates. I haven't got the house insured. Not worth insuring. It's not worth a lot of money, and it's made of concrete block and steel. It's not going to fall over. I never did. You just rebuild it. Why insure it? I don't know what insurance would cost here. But like I said, the internet's the dearest. Then there's power. Then there's probably food. Food's probably about. Well, we spend about 230 Australian dollars a week, and that pays for absolutely everything: power, petrol, food, beer, spirits. If we go out, that's an average amount we get every week, and we hardly ever get more. Often it's less, and it's very cheap. You got no stress here. No stress. Stress is a killer. No stress here. No worries. You don't have to worry about big bills. Oh, what's my power bill going to be? I've got my rates coming up. I've still got my house in Australia, but I didn't want to sell that, and I didn't need to, so I just rented it out. And I'll sign it over to my daughter, and I'll get the rent until I die. But I must give her the paperwork for that soon, the next time I'm over there. And the way COVID's going, there's no real date on that. It could be this time next year before I'm able to go back to Australia. But it's not an issue. I can do everything I want to do here. It ain't half bad. If you want to live like you do back home in Australia, it would actually cost you more to live here and have that. And what you got to remember, if you come here, you haven't got nice parks down the road, really good shopping centres. Where I am, we haven't got shopping centres, haven't got good roads, haven't got good hospitals. You've got to weigh all that sort of stuff up. And my health's pretty good, and that's the only real bugbear, the only issue you could have a problem with here is your health. But I try to take it easy. If I had a heart attack and all that, I suppose I'll just die here. It's something you don't dwell upon. But I do like it. It's not bad. It's, like I said, the best thing about it for me is the climate. It's beautiful. I'll open up a cold stubby of beer, probably about 4 o'clock every day. I can buy the same brand, exactly the same brand bottle of rum that I bought in the wholesalers when I was living in Australia, which back then was $65. I can buy that here for 400 pesos. So that's about $12, and I can buy a local rum here for about $2 a bottle, and it ain't bad. I used to love Karuba rum. That was sensational. And the Bacardi rum I used to buy in Australia was good. The Karuba was far better. It was a black rum, very dark, a beautiful texture to it. But the local rum here is called Tandaway. It's actually hard to get, but it's cheap. So, cigarettes are cheap here if you smoke. I don't smoke. Like I said, the cost of living makes you wonder why it's so high in Australia. But then, like I said, you've got the hospital system in Australia is brilliant. I had my operation when I had an accident at work. I'd had a hernia operation. I've been to the doctors and the hospital for checkups on different stuff. And the service is brilliant. It doesn't cost you a cracker. I was one of the biggest moaners out on how much tax we paid. Oh, I used to grizzle me tits off. I'll admit it. But when you go to have these things, like especially later in life when you need them, that's where you realise that's where your money goes. And look how the government is actually helping people now through this COVID situation. And it's been brilliant. I've had fantastic support. I just feel sorry for people when this support time runs down. What's going to happen then? It's going to be like at the war. But you just don't know what the government's going to do. It's no good visiting and moaning about it. I can't because I've got no moans about it whatsoever. I've got no debt. I've got money in the bank in Australia. I've got my house in Australia rented out. There's no mortgage on that. I don't owe any money here. There's no loans on anything. Over here it's a cash society. You pay cash for everything. I've got a credit card here and an EFTPOS card from Australia. Absolutely useless to me. Can't use it anywhere. Not that I want to. I transfer all my money from Australia to here, to my wife's bank. There's a slight charge, just not much. But, it's pretty good. It's, I don't know what about, like people talk about retiring in Vietnam. There's been a big kerfuffle over the last week or so about expats and people in Thailand being told to get out. I don't really know what that's about, whether it's because of this COVID situation or what. But I know they were getting rid of a lot of expats 6 months ago. Making it harder for them. Like over here, depending on what visa you get, the visa I come in, I don't have to show that I've got money in the bank or anything like that to the Philippines. All I do is come here, live here and spend money. That's what the Philippine government wants. When I came here, not my visa I came here, it doesn't even cost me anything. You can go to other visas and they cost you so much a month or so much every 3 months. There's all sorts of ways of looking at it. I'm pleased I did it. I really like it. We did a lot of work on our house here last year. This year we're doing some work on our house in the city to get it up to really good standards for the tenants. And then I'm going to start going for drives up north and east and west. Have a look around. But don't be afraid to leave your country of birth to retire. You don't have to retire there. And there's so many people my age in Australia, and younger and older, who've worked all their bloody lives and thought they were going to have golden years in retirement. And they're not, because the amount of super you had, the super hasn't been going really that long, isn't that big. Can't sustain a really good lifestyle. And the pension's pretty low. I think pensioners get a really raw deal alongside what other people get who come into the country and haven't done a day's work. But that's another issue. I'm talking about what it's like to live here. I found it very good. There's a lot of expats here who have got channels, like I've got my YouTube channel. But I just do this for fun, really. Keep in touch with my family and my friends. I don't ask money of anybody. I'm not doing it for that. I'm not doing it to make money from YouTube, but I haven't got enough subscribers for that. And speaking of subscribers, if you like the video and you want to see more, click the like button and the subscribe button. And if I see there's enough interest out there, I'll continue doing tapes and videos. I've already done about 12 or 13 and haven't got a lot of subscribers for the main reason I haven't pushed the issue. I've only done them every now and again, haven't done them regularly. But I'm going to get up to the stage where I will do them regularly. And the more subscribers you get, the better. You think, people are watching, it's worth doing. So I'd like it to get like that. I've got a couple of old clips there. If you look through my channel, you'll find me driving home from the farm. We've got a couple of rice fields. And when I go on these trips, I'll do other videos. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I haven't rambled on too much. It's definitely worth anyone who's married to a Filipino in Australia and the wife wanting to come back here. If you haven't been here a lot of times, like a lot of husbands and wives can't afford to come back regularly. But a lot can. We came over here pretty regularly, to be quite honest, and it wasn't on big money. But we didn't spend much either when we were living in Australia. Because I knew that the wife wanted to go back here and and see her family and friends at least every year. And she sometimes the most trips she made was 3 times in 1 year, but that was because of illnesses and a wedding. But I better let you go. Don't forget, if you like the video, hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I'll catch you later. Take care. Have a good day.